Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons: A Darkened Wish, the series, episode 1. If you guys know me, it's kind of my thing that when we start a new stream or a new story, the first thing I do is start yelling and scare Sam and do all that stuff. And honestly, I'd planned to do that again this time, but I realized I wanted to say something slightly different before we get started. This stream is literally a dream come true. These characters were born out of freaking fan fiction I wrote like 10 years ago, maybe longer if I stop to think about it. This might have been from like '06. And the fact that I even get to participate in these communities, that I've got to tell the stories that I've got to tell, that we got to write the comic Dungeons and Dragons: A Darkened Wish that runs in parallel with this. This is not an adaptation of the events of the comic. In fact, this is what happened to these fine people in between the issues of the comic. If my math is right, based on the time when this episode debuts, issue 5, the last issue of the first arc, came out yesterday. So you should be able to get it anywhere comics are sold. Get it on Comixology. But thank you to Tess Fowler, my homie. Without you, this literally wouldn't have happened. Thank you to IDW Publishing. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast. And most importantly, thank you for reading. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for even making it possible. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and proceed with being terrible now. But before we get started, why don't we just meet our people here, who you are and who you will be playing.
Hello, I am Mayleigh Damage, and I'll be playing Helene.
I'm Sam Leve, and I'll be playing Aiden.
I'm Aki, and I'm going to be playing Kerrin and Karrin.
I'm D'Artagnan Mattaliano, and I'll be playing Xander.
I'm Alcuin Gersh, and I will be playing Rayonde.
I'm B. Walters, the luckiest man alive. And this has been so long in the works, the characters were actually designed to look like them. So that's like cosplay level expert when you have the character designed to look like you know?
Still kind of quite... It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
That's
you're not
fine, guys.
actually an elf. That's the problem there. That's the it was a lie.
Definitely not an elf.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's perfect. That's all I'm saying. This is episode 1, The City of Skilled Hands, by the way. Now, again, as independent content creators, we rely both on your generosity in the forms of both bits and tips, but also by supporting the sponsors that make this show possible. For this, that is first and foremost D&D Beyond. The tool set that we use here, that we are running all of our characters on, it is fantastic. Digital versions of all the games, all the supplements. You can even pre-order the new upcoming Wildmount supplement via D&D Beyond. It will make your game so much easier. So if you don't have D&D Beyond so far, please do get it. Dogmite Games, or not even Dogmite Games, just Dogmite. They are working on a custom screen for me, which is gorgeous. If you follow them or you follow me, you can see it on the interwebs right now. I'm so looking forward to being able to hold it and clutch it and hearken unto it, which will be soon. But Dogmite, they make premium screens, dice supplies, game accessories. Check out dogmite.com. It is fantastic. Level Up Dice, fantastic company, amazing stuff, high quality, top tier. It's Level Up Dice. If you're not familiar with it, go to the site right now. See how amazing it is. If you are familiar, still go to the site, but maybe after you finish watching this. Yeah. And of course, last but not least, Games for Love, which is a charity that is very near and dear to my heart. Kindness-oriented, easing the suffering of children, using the wonderful power of gaming to advance medicine, their care, just make their lives better and try and help the kids out. So visit gamesforlove.org/donate. Okay? Okay. So now on with our story. Battle stations down on the ground! You all hear cannons. Boom, 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 as the ship is rocking violently back and forth. And your fellow White Sails mercenary sailors are running all over the place, grabbing ropes, battening down hatches. The deck is exploding with incoming fires. You all are scrambling around. What would you like to do?
You heard the captain! Get to battle stations! I want to see what I can see from here.
Give me your perception check, Aiden. Yes, Xander.
I would like to also look around and see things.
Okay, is you all of you give me perception.
Dirty 20.
Good, dirty 20, because some of you might see some things better than others.
I'm already in my battle station.
You're like, hey, when you stay ready, you have to get ready, right? Is you all look off the stern side of the ship, which, full disclosure, I will absolutely get wrong over the course of this. You all see a pirate vessel that you have been on the trail of for weeks. It is ugly and terrible and moldy and barnacly, but it is also laden with cannons. And your ship is giving fire and taking fire at the same time.
Hey guys, that's that one we've been looking for a while. I think we should probably get it. It's right here now.
Not as bad
To stern,
Yes.
idea.
right behind us.
Yes.
I agree.
It might not get this close again. This might be our only shot.
Do we have ropes or anything on here? This fantastic ship.
Yes.
Practically made of ropes.
Let's grab some of them. Maybe we can
I mean, I think we want to swing and give them our broadside if
Let
they're
us do
astern
that.
of us.
You know ships better than I do, Aiden.
So,
We start out with a broadside and then proceed to a boarding party.
All right. As you all look up towards the wheel, you see your captain, the Tabaxi Nikto, swinging the wheel, and it seems like she's had the same idea that you've got, and she's like, "Aah!" roaring in anger. As you do feel the ship is trying to as cannonballs are flying overhead. What are Karrin and Kerrin doing?
Well, they rolled a 24 on their perception check, so it is very likely that they are probably noticing something that they should be noticing right now. But I would imagine that they've stationed themselves on either side of the main deck, basically to sort of cover everyone in case something starts to go a little haywire.
As you look back at the enemy vessel, Karrin, you see a number of people amassing on their deck. You see there's at least a dozen of them kind of forming up and drawing swords and things. You all think, just like you want to board them, they very much may want to board your ship, the Mother of Pearl.
Helene's gonna try and see if she can get up on the mast or something, a crow's nest somewhere to get up high. So she's got a better view of the other enemy ship. And,
Okay, that's where I was going. You think there'll be room for both of us up there?
Oh, I'm sure there will. I'll make room if we have to. Team effort.
Both of you give me your athletics check to see how well you make it up there. You can either give me athletics or acrobatics if you happen to be particularly good at either. You can do it fancy.
25.
Describe for me, how does it... First of all, what does Rayonde look like for people that might not be familiar?
He's rather tall, I would say. But of course covered in red scales and with this face. A dragon's face, I'm told. I've yet to meet another of my kind. But my feet do end in claws like a dragon, so scrambling up this mast is no challenge.
And away you go.
I got 10.
Helene, it is not as easy for you. The mind is willing, the limbs, not quite there. Not quite there with the upper body strength, but you are making it.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm trying my hardest.
Your dragonborn friend just effortlessly, whoop, you're like, no, I'm good. I got it, it's fine.
Little hand here.
Xander, you do see the ship is starting to come around with the broadside pointing towards the pirate vessel.
Mm-hmm. What's on the ship? Do we have I don't know, let's say a cannon that shoots a grappling hook maybe?
Yeah.
Cool. I want to load that.
I mean, you are on a white sails mercenary vessel. It is a fighting ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's designed to do.
Perfect. I'd like to load that and jump on it.
Okay, try and give it a shot. Roll. You can roll and add your dexterity modifier to it. And what is Aiden doing while your friend is rolling around trying to do this?
I want to put some holes into it with a cannon that fires like a cannon.
It's a straight 20. What's up?
That is a natural 20?
Yes, a natural 20. Come at your boy.
One thing I will say, as a house rule at my table, a 1 always fails and a 20 always succeeds. So, that counts. Yeah, you're like, well, boom, boom. I will say, not only do you manage to land a solid shot that hooks your ship into theirs, you manage to punch a hole clean through
I knew that would happen.
one of the enemy pirates when you do, and you hook it on. They are not going anywhere, but neither are you.
Fantastic. That's what I want. Aiden, did you see this?
I want to see if I can do.
I did that.
It was quite a shot, Aiden.
I'm going to try to shoot better.
Roll it. Same
I'm
thing.
only going to try because I know I can.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
What did you get?
That's a 2 on the dice.
I'm still very
Aiden,
impressed.
no, you had it, but the ship like jolts from the like, boom,
Yeah, no,
you know?
next time, next
Warning
time.
shot, warning
You'll get
shot.
it
Warning
next time.
shot.
Warning
Yeah.
shot. Yeah, no.
You got the hooks in them already.
Yes,
You know?
very merciful. Yes.
Are you all right?
I'm doing just great. You ready for this?
As ready as we'll ever be, I guess.
Come on, we got this.
Sure, should be fun.
6 months you all have been stationed with the White Sails, and this is actually your first instance of ship-to-ship combat. You all have seen some battle before now, but you've been chasing these guys for quite a while, and finally have caught up to them. Yeah. From up at the Crow's Nest, Helene, you do arrive to see Rayonde up there. You see Xander pull the trigger and aim true and hook on to the other ship. You know, within moments, they probably will be close enough for you all to board, but it also close enough for them to board you back. And you all
My
can
weapon is readied. Have I spotted one of the enemy commanders?
give me your perception check. See if you can make it out.
15.
There is a particularly large bugbear who is yelling and pointing.
That's the one.
You know the pointers.
I'd like to balance myself with the pitch and yaw of the ship and use Kensei's shot to fill him with arrows.
Proceed. Helene, you also see the same thing down as they're massing on the deck. You see Rayonde draw back his arrow, as you're quite accustomed to.
All right, I've been really excited about this, Rayonde. It's been a moment I've been looking forward to forever. So, okay, you do your thing, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing down, and after you hit him with the arrows, I'm gonna swing on this rope up here by the sail, and I'm gonna just fly right into him.
That would be good if I had hit him with either of those arrows, which I did not.
Also warning shots. A lot of warning shots.
I think I'm gonna swing down and kick him in the face, anyways.
I think you should. I really think you should.
And yes, I'm going to try and swing down into him.
Are you going to use your feather fall so that you will or are you just gonna full swashbuckle?
Featherfall would be the smart thing to do, but I think I'm going to just full swashbuckle. I'm gonna do the fun thing.
No, dude, no. This is swashbuckle away. You can roll and you can add your dexterity to it. No, you know what? I'll give you either acrobatics or athletics, whichever's higher. On the deck of the ship, you all see Helene run and jump off the mast of the ship, swinging down from a rope towards the enemy vessel.
There she
Dirty
goes.
Dirty 20. Helene, is your goal to kick someone or just land over there ready to go?
Oh, I'd like to swing down and kick him in the face if I could.
Let's see here. That same knoll dodging arrows is that the best you can? Takes your boots right in his chest. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Is he standing on a plank or anything? Am I able to knock him over?
No, he's just still on the deck of the ship. But I mean, you do knock him flat, and a large number of terrible things, twisted, awful-looking humans and half-elves, bugbears, half-orcs, just a nightmare assemblage of just gross guys. All look at you ah!
She stands up very proud of herself and dusts herself off and looks back at Rayonde and points at the knocked-out captain and then looks around and goes,
Xander, you see that. Your friend swings down, gets this guy yeah, oh.
I immediately want to run and help.
Okay.
Is the line taut? It's kind of...
You're close enough.
It?
Well, again, give me athletics or acrobatics. Let's see.
Let's do athletics.
All right. Because at this distance, you might be able just to make the jump, or you might not.
Well, this is interesting. I rolled a nat 20, and then the next roll is a nat.
Oh, no.
Are there sharks in the water?
I'm like, because I am merciful and this is level 1, only episode 1, I will say you very
Do what
much
you will.
don't make the jump. But as you're like falling down, I will give you one more athletics check to see if you can catch the side of the enemy vessel.
Xander?
You very much,
Yeah.
Karrin, and Kerrin see Xander. Whoa!
It's a 6 to 8-ish.
8?
Yeah.
Sploosh.
I got the 2.
Are you a strong swimmer? I don't remember.
Is there
I
a
am.
rope or
I-
anything by
I-
like where
don't you
I'm
worry.
standing on the deck that I could like possibly throw over the side for Xander to climb up the side?
You
of
know
the
what?
ship?
Give me your perception check to see if you even notice. Helene's a little busy. And what's Aiden, you've witnessed all of this.
I've witnessed all of this. All right.
Oh no.
Can I aeroplane across to the other ship and try to get him up on one of the rope swings?
Same thing. You are a swashbuckler. So yes, definitely.
That's why there's hope.
And you can add
Or just fall
whatever
over.
the relevant modifiers are. Or don't.
I like rolling 2s today.
Just join
So
me.
that's an 8.
Same.
I will say you do successfully. Well, what's more important, Aiden, to get to Xander or to get across? Because you can have accomplished one, but not both of those.
To get to Xander. You're my best buddy.
Spoosh! Aiden basically dives in with the rope. Yeah, so you're both in the water,
the rope?
but you have a rope.
I quickly,
No.
you can't!
Karrin,
Can always count
Kerrin,
on you.
what are the twins doing while you witness this display here?
It's a shaking
Should
of
we-
approval.
Probably. Will we? I guess. And then I guess what they're going to do is they're going to start just reeling them in.
Well, all right. When you all make your athletics checks to get out, you will do so with advantage because the twins are hoisting from the other side. Helene. Helene.
Boys will be boys.
One of the enemy bugbears, a few of them come and are like swinging their swords at you, and you're like, nah, I got it, I don't got it. One of the bugbears just slams into you with an especially cruel hit because they got a natural 20 from their club for 11 points of damage. And you think you might hear something like, feel something crack a little in there. And you all, actually, only Karrin and Kerrin witness, boom, like he very much lays into her. And,
hey guys, you
I
wanna
don't
hurry
see
and
that
get
from
there?
my vantage
you're-
point.
We're coming.
oh, you
we're
did,
coming.
yes, Rayonde, you absolutely witnessed that. You see this bugbear slam into her with a cudgel.
I want to leap from the crow's nest to the opposite ship. When it pitches this way, I'll time my jump. I'll jump across and then activate my slow fall as a bonus action to land and take the bugbear that hit her.
That's incredible. So yes, that you absolutely...
When it's my turn.
Right. No, you can go. You know what? Let's keep it clean. Do give me official initiative here, since now that a little bit of the chaos is starting to pass.
See, it's official initiative because we're swimming.
That's why.
Brr, 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 which is what I always do. Oh, really? That's when you... Okay, cool.
I mean, initiative is important. Let's see.
I mean, I guess I would rather roll badly on initiative than any other time, so...
Hey, when you go last in round 1, you're going first in round 2.
That's not how that works.
What'd you get,
Let me see if I can
Xander?
follow that logic to its...
It works if you don't think about it.
Rayonde?
Well, I don't think a lot about it.
20.
20. Dirty or natural?
Dirty.
Helene.
17.
Okay. Aiden.
21.
And the twins.
9?
Yeah. Shocked. Although you're still going ahead of Xander, so that should count for something.
I mean, it's not bad for the healer to go last.
It is not. All right, so Aiden, you're trying to climb up?
Yeah, I am.
Again, you can give me athletics with advantage.
How do we feel about acrobatics?
Oh yeah, acrobatics with advantage is cool.
Love it.
Here we go.
There it is. 25.
You move up so quickly you can do another thing. So the ships are coming closer together because they were already tethered and moving. You've climbed up, but you are back on your ship. That's where the rope was tied to. So basically, just across the way, you see Helene fighting with these people and like Rayonde coming down overhead as well.
All right. If at first you don't succeed, you try to get to the other ship again.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to try to get to the other ship again. Thank you. I'm going back out again.
Have fun.
All right, give it to me again, but this time not with advantage.
Yes.
Okay, Rayonde, you, I will say, you...
Natural 20.
Yay.
Oh, you tell me, how does Aiden get across?
As the ships come together, there's a gangplank that's... I kick over and time it so that as I jump, I just roll right across it in a somersault and land right next to my best buddy.
Oh, thank God you're here. I think they're angry.
They're not smiling.
They're not smiling.
Rayonde, you land right next to the two of them there.
Blade out.
Mm-hmm. There, you are in a target-rich environment.
I'd like to do a stunning strike on the bugbear that hit her.
All right, roll it.
12.
He's a big old boy. He's not wearing too much armor. That's enough to hit him.
All right.
Okay.
So that does 1d10 damage.
I appreciate over here. I've rolled like 320s. On Beyond Heroes, every time we roll a natural 20, we do a giveaway. We would have depleted our budget in like the first 15 minutes of this with all of the 20s.
12 points of damage.
Okay.
He is then stunned. And I follow up on my second attack with...
You very much see he's and his like big bugbear belly kind of jiggles a little bit.
my second attack, I use 1 with the blade.
Mm-hmm.
So that is... I have advantage on this because he is stunned.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 24 to hit.
That is enough. It's always beautiful watching him work.
And that is another 9 points of damage plus my martial arts die, which is D6 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 3. That's a 6. All right, so 9 plus 6, 15.
Tumbles over the side into the water with a splash. And Xander, if there were not sharks before, there will be soon. Yep.
Is he right next to me? Did he just fall in?
Well, but you were climbing up, so yeah. Helene, it is your turn on the deck of the enemy ship.
Who is the one that got me? Are they within range for me to grab them?
Oh, the one that got you just got.
Oh, he's dead completely. Okay, okay. I was thinking he might have a little bit of life left. So if he's
I convinced him to disembark.
you're rather persuasive. The next closest one, I'm gonna grab him and do shocking grasp.
Okay. For your shocking grasp,
It increases by 1d8 when I reach 5th level. So if we're at 6th level, it's 2d8.
Okay. Yes, you are 2D currently. So you do have to roll for that because you've got to try and touch him.
15
plus 5.
20, but dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that is enough to get him. So that will be 2d8. After Helene, it will be Xander's turn. Oh, sorry, it's the twins next. Sorry.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's 11.
Okay. What would Karrin and Kerrin like to do?
Am I within? Well, I don't want to drop the rope, so I think at least one of us is going to hold on to that and continue to kind of anchor it. But are we within 60 feet of the other ship?
Absolutely.
In that case, I think that for at least my bonus action, I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
And I would imagine for the twins, it would probably be something along the lines of like, especially from where they come from, like a long, elegant sword that will appear over the bugbear's head.
Mm-hmm.
You have excellent taste in blades.
Of course, I learned from the best. And then I guess I will go ahead and have them attack with that spiritual weapon. So let's see here.
Xander, you can start your roll with advantage to see if you can climb out.
I did.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
What did you get? You can tell me when you got it, and then what'd you get?
14.
Okay, that is enough to get you out. But unless you shoot with a bow and arrow, that will be the only thing you can do to get up to the top this round.
I have his crossbow.
Actually, you know what? enemy soldiers starting to cross over into the ship. So
killed.
right when you get up, you're like, "Ha!" They're all jumping across too.
I would like to wait. Where are they jumping across from? Are they just
From
jumping?
the enemy ship onto your ship.
Can I,
It's close
just
enough
stab
for them
one
to
that's
try.
coming across? Like, hi,
Yeah.
welcome.
I mean,
Welcome to our ship.
yep. Roll it.
So that was only a 10.
That is not enough to hit, but they are like ducking and like as this spectral elven blade attacks and starts like whipping at people's heads.
That was just my bonus action, right?
That was.
Still have an action. What do I want to do? I think that the crossbow will come out. We'll go ahead and try to launch one of those into the bugbear.
Bless you.
That is even less successful. That's only an 8. So all the warning shots happening over here too.
You know, you are a merciful group of mercenaries. That is true. Bless you.
It's mercy's in the name.
Thank you all for tuning in. That's our show. We're yeah, right. Okay. Yes.
I also have extra attack. Can I do that, or is
Yes.
sweet?
That's what fighters are good at.
Okay.
Fighting.
Maybe that one. First one was 16. The second one was 10. And
The first one is a hit. The second one is not.
I thought so. But that one was 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. You all see on the enemy ship over here at the far side, up near the wheel that they used to steer. You see an Aarakocra, a bird person, but their feathers are filthy and mottled. And you see they look across and see Xander fighting, and they pull up a very large crossbow to like, and they rolled a natural 20. So Xander,
Why me?
while you're fighting there, a crossbow bolt slams into you for 12 points, just basically right next to you, Karrin and Kerrin. He's fighting like.
Xander,
I'm okay. It's just a flesh wound.
you're bleeding a lot for a flesh wound.
You said in the shoulder? Which shoulder? This one? This one?
Would you tell me which shoulder?
Don't say it's this one.
You're like, not my good shoulder. Actually, it's a natural 20. It's super your good shoulder. We are back around to the top with Aiden.
All right. I'm right up by Helene, who's just shocked. That one. Is there any juice left in him?
He is still alive. He doesn't look too good, but he's still alive, yeah.
Then I'm going to get right up next to him. And with the rapier and short sword, just give him a little hello.
A little zigzag.
Yeah.
Next it will be Rayonde, so you can start telling me what you're going to do.
14 to hit?
That is enough to hit him. They're not, like, incredibly well equipped, you see.
You don't say.
21. Damage.
Sploosh.
Teamwork. Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Always the teamwork.
Aiden, you get a pleasant little jolt through, even through the blade. Like, makes your hair, like, stand up a little bit.
Shocking.
Well done.
And I want to roll around for my bonus action. I want to offhand attack with the short sword at someone who's coming up near Rayonde's
Okay.
shoulder.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're all...
Right, they're all
yeah,
everywhere.
Like
We're all in close quarters here. And that's an 11.
That is not enough to hit that guy.
Well, I will fancy footwork back away then, is what I will do.
Rayonde.
I'd like to give that one a kick to the chest, to group him up with the others behind him, and then I will unleash my breath weapon.
Perfect. Yes.
So unarmed strike
Okay.
for the kick, and that's a natural 1. What happens after my terrible kick? Do I even get to the fire-breathing part?
You know, you might pull some a little bit. You didn't stretch that one out before you went for it. It's a little high.
All right, so I stumble a bit and let out a cough, like
Yeah.
with a puff of smoke. And I look around and wonder if anyone saw that.
No, they didn't. Your friends are all good enough to you that. Oh.
No, definitely didn't. You see it? I didn't see it. No one ever saw anything. Nothing's ever seen it.
I saw it.
The murderous loveliness of you.
Tell no one of my shame.
Helene, who super didn't just see that happen.
No, not at all.
What would you like to do?
How many of these guys are close to us at this
There's
point in time?
about 10.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and cast Fireball on the group of them.
All right. You should do that. Okay. So, Rayonde, you were like, boom!
Did that change how it works in the last few times?
A couple of them.
Shoulder. Okay, I see how this is gonna go.
A couple of them do manage to get out of the way slightly, but about 8 of them basically take it just right in the chest. So roll your damage and tell me how much it is. A couple of the ones that dodge do so by leaping overboard. But all of you give me perception checks.
8d6, right?
At this one, I think it's just...
It is
Should be
8d6
Is it 8d6?
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, this is a third level.
No, this is the thing you do.
These
Yeah.
are fun.
This is the thing that you like are proficient at.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone perception.
22.
21.
21.
12.
12. You, perception. Yeah. Karrin and Kerrin are focused on the task at hand. A lot of people are getting hurt right now. You're
8.
8.
28.
Helene, Xander, Rayonde. Down in the hold of the ship, you hear screaming and crying. The hold of the enemy vessel.
Do you guys hear that?
Yes. I can clear a path to it.
Hear what?
Yeah, you super don't know. I mean, it sounds a battle. You're like, yeah, no, yeah.
There's a prisoner below in the hold, or someone screaming.
On this ship that is now on fire.
Yeah, it's very much on fire.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, I'm on it.
I didn't think about that before that. Sorry, guys.
It's a needs help kind of screaming, not a we're fighting screaming.
Yeah.
Karrin and Kerrin.
Yes. I am. Are you still on the same ship with me? All right. So
He's like right next to you.
Right, right. So Karrin is going to reach over, just slap a hand against this
Thanks,
lovely
Kerrin.
wound and and cast Cure Wounds at first level for this poor. First, they're going to break the thing off, pull it out, and then Cure Wounds.
Ow. There's a nicer way to do that.
Well, that's what you get for getting my name wrong.
I swear.
Oh, and I rolled maximum on that die, so get healed, buddy. Get all kinds of healed
So
for
healed right
11. 11.
11?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Basically,
And then
brand
bonus action, use my nice little spiritual weapon to mow down whoever might be left.
No, it's the enemy. Some of them are alive. But,
whoever is up and
actually,
still...
they may be alive. What did you get for that 8d6?
It was 28.
28.
Oh, it was 28. Oh, I thought you were 28 for your listening check. Sorry. That laid out almost all of them. A couple of them are kind of like crawling across the deck.
Yeah, I'll just put at least one of them out of their misery.
Hey, crawling means they're prone. Means they're
Or, I'm going to try, but I don't think an 11 is gonna... If they're prone, do I have advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, there we go. That's a...
The sword's like, shh.
Wait, let's try that again. Yeah, that's a 21. A 21.
Right, yeah. You don't lead them so much when they're crawling. There you go.
For 7 damage. That.
You all, on the deck of the ship, you see the person that, the enemy vessel, the person, the Aarakocra that shot Xander, just looks at you all and takes a step off the back of the boat.
Sick. I just came out of the water.
Xander, it is your turn.
Are there any enemies on next to me?
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely enemies still on your ship.
Oh,
Helene
perfect.
kind of cleared out the other ship,
How
but there's
many?
like,
Out of curiosity.
the rest of the white sails are fighting also. There's about 7 of them over here, but I mean, you all are by no means the only white sails members of this ship. So I mean,
No, just best.
Are there any like big boys nearby, or is it just like Just the.
There's a half orc who looks like he lifts. Yeah.
Does he lift?
Does he even lift?
Let's
I've been
find
getting
out.
swole for the past 6 months. So I would like to
believe in you,
use
Xander.
action surge.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what?
I said we believe in you.
Oh, thanks, Karrin. Karrin?
Don't even worry about it. Just hit the thing.
All right, Kate. All right. Yeah, I'd like to use
Action surge.
action surge.
Mm-hmm.
Not the other thing I was about to say. That's 20.
It's a family show, kids.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
20,
natural
and then
30.
the 2 other extra. So
That is definitely 20 is definitely enough to hit it.
perfect. And then I'd like to do the other 2 attacks as well. I just want to really just
Mm-hmm.
get in there and work. Okay, that probably didn't do anything. That's an 8. And that's 17.
Okay. That is 2 hits on him. Yep.
Perfect. 13 was the first one. 13 is the second one. Right? Yeah. 13 is the second. 13 for both?
So 26.
26.
He is absolutely defeated.
Oh,
Like,
fantastic.
No more feet.
No
Yeah.
feet. Yeah,
No,
I would
he-
like to start with the feet actually.
No,
And chop them off.
Exactly. He is feetless. Yes.
Feetless. Perfect.
You while you were there fighting, you see from up where the where Nikto has the wheel of the ship, you can see like 2 of the humans have gone up and are fighting her, and she's got her rapier out and is just like a whirlwind, just like slicing these dudes up by the wheel of the ship. Yeah, no, she's incredible.
I'm assuming she doesn't need any help.
She doesn't seem too scared. Yeah.
Well, just want to be like, what's up?
Yeah.
I just got his feet.
Yeah.
And I'm holding up his feet.
But you were one of the ones that heard the screaming from the enemy vessel.
Yeah, I've been trying to think about that. So far away, fighting all these people.
That is true. And trying to cross across did not work out too well for you last time.
Yeah, a bit
Aiden,
scared.
back to you.
Yeah. I am on the right ship for it, and my friends did just tell me about it, and I said I'm on it, so that means I'm on it. I want to stomp on some of the fire-weakened deck,
Oh,
so
no.
I can drop through the
Helene
deck.
blew a hole in the deck.
Yeah,
right.
so I'm gonna drop through and try to track this sound now.
Okay. Give me athletics or acrobatics to see if you can go down the hole without breaking a drumstick.
Natural 20.
So, again, how does Aiden go down through here?
There's all these sorts of pieces of broken decking and decking that's falling apart. So like a platformer, pieces of deck fall and I fall with them. So I'm in fact always on deck as it's falling, but different pieces of deck from deck to deck as I get through.
You plummet down into the hole of this vessel. Also, you guys never get used to seeing him do that. It's just like... yeah. That's cool.
I'm blushing slightly.
I mean, again, if you're like into that kind of stuff, I'm like, whatever.
You mean if
you
you're a
seen him?
being, you know,
Eyes. If you don't.
Yeah. But you, Rayonde and Helene especially, you guys know that Aiden does things with just like an ease that neither of you have ever experienced. Like, you work constantly for what you're capable of. Aiden is just like, cool, watch this. Whoop. Aiden,
Yeah.
when you get down into the hole, you see cages. And all of them are absolutely filled with people. There is no pattern. Men, women, gnomes, dwarves. It's just anyone that they could grab.
I'm going to stow both my weapons and draw my thieves' tools and get to work on the locks on these cages.
Their cries are a combination of both fear from the battle, cries for help in various languages, and the fact that a giant flaming hole just got blown in the floor above them.
No kidding.
Yeah. Rayonde.
I'd like to try to do the same thing that Aiden just did, with great effort. And that's another natural one for me.
Aiden, you're like, okay, cool. And everyone starts screaming. Because
It's okay.
you look like a red dragon.
You made it look so easy.
Yeah.
No, I'm a friend.
Sorry, he's here to help.
Helene, you definitely witness one friend's effortlessness, another friend's not that at all. Although it was direct.
Gravity upness.
What do you guys see down there?
People in cages.
Do you need my help picking locks, or do you think you got this? And do you want me to like take out some of the guys on our ship? What do you need me to do? Because that looks like a rough jump for me.
How many cages do I see?
11.
There are a lot of people here, and this ship is coming down. We need all the help we can get.
All right, and Helene will she'll try to jump down too. First, she's gonna cast shield on herself.
You do have access to
You can
Featherfall. You did not use the Featherfall. So
I
you
did
can-
not. You're right. I forgot I had it. Yes, I would like to use Featherfall.
Yeah, no, you very daintily, like red curls floating. Like, again, they make it look so easy.
Again, I'm blushing.
Yeah. Yes, and you get down there and you do witness the described scene. Cages. Rows of people.
Oh, I wish I would have thought about this before I set the ship on fire. I'm so sorry.
We didn't think that there would be people in cages on a pirate ship. I'm picking locks.
It makes sense.
Should I try to break some cages open?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they made of wood?
Steel.
Heavy cages for a ship. These people take their trade seriously.
Crowbar or something.
They're
Crowbar.
not necessarily like an ultra high grade steel. It is kind of rat steel, but it's metal. Karrin and Kerrin.
I actually probably should have asked this before we started streaming, but I'm curious about the action economy of these twins. Like, do they both get to make an attack of their own? Or are they very much like, symbiotic in their brain space?
Honestly, that is probably going to be a fluid scenario where sometimes you will be both of them and sometimes I will be one of them.
Okay. Cool. Well, then I guess I'm just gonna try to figure that out. Okay, that's an answer, I guess. So I think that
Do you have an intention of them doing two different things right now?
I basically want one of them to be wielding their crossbow and one of them to be wielding the mace, and then basically any magical attacks I make will just be like the bonus action, essentially.
Got it. So the twins are throwing hands with the remaining pirates.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then yes, you can roll for that.
Cool. So one of them's doing the range stuff, one of them's doing the up close stuff.
Xander?
How many are still on the ship? Our ship? And how many are on the other ship? Or if there are
The other ship is basically cleared out between what they did in the fireball.
And it's still on fire because fireball causes fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Luckily,
Little
we're
known
by
fact.
all of this water.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're down to about
We
5
don't
on
need
this
no
ship. I mean, again, your fellow white sails have come out and have are actively fighting
you
them.
think they have it handled, or should I?
They seem pretty good.
All right. Well, then I would like to try to jump across again and help out all my lovely friends, if that is possible.
Absolutely.
Please, goddamn
I mean, we're about to find out if it's possible.
it. I don't know what that was. Can I reroll this? It's like
Sure.
on its side.
It's cocked.
It was
Yes,
technically like an
if it's-
18,
if
but
it's cocked.
it's not. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find that bird.
What did you get?
I got a 2.
Are you
Well,
in the
I guess
water
I have
again?
2 plus athletic.
8. Yeah, 8.
8.
8.
It's close enough now that, like, especially because the ships are tethered, they're side to side. I mean, you can get
Can I like
across.
smack at least like on the chest? Like,
Yeah, no, you can get across.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll pull over there, and then
Helene, you don't. You're all down in the hole.
Yeah. Yep.
You saw
hear
them
this-
go down in the hole.
it's like the start of the game. It's like,
You know, like a Xander-shaped impression of the side of the ship
very
there.
cartoonesque. Yes.
I rolled an 11 and a natural 1.
It's
with
catchy.
a natural 1 with the mace and an 11 with the crossbow. And I haven't done my spiritual weapon yet.
You
guess I'll roll that now.
whip around. Kerrin,
it's all shite over here.
you whip around and just smash one of your fellow white sails. Just cream this poor guy. Just wow, bam!
Sorry about that.
Yeah. He just sort of like looks at you and spits out a couple teeth.
We can fix that.
Weirdos.
Oh.
You're like, shock and grasp.
And yeah, the spiritual weapon was no better. It's all just garbaggio over here.
Down in the hold.
Yeah.
What are you all doing?
Picking locks, picking locks, picking locks, picking locks.
Sleight of hand.
I've got thieves' tools, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Can I use Mage Hand to give us an extra hand at picking locks?
That is, the mage hand can't do anything that fine. Precise, yep.
Fell in water. 28.
No, you think they're not particularly high quality locks.
Yeah.
Aiden.
So, can I let that ride to get just a bunch of pages? Thank you.
You're opening them up.
Moving them fast.
And you notice a lot of the people are not coming out when the cages are opening. Like they're kind of like back against the cage or like.
Come on, get him moving. The ship's coming down.
Helene's gonna activate Friends on herself.
So here's how friends works. You do it to someone else. You basically make them friendly for one round, and then they will become not friendly the next round.
Damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what is your goal? To just kind of like motivate them?
Yeah, to let them know that we're friends. So she's gonna go, guys, come on, we're friends. We're trying to get you out of here. You gotta get off the ship. It's burning down.
So that would be your persuasion. So you can roll and add your persuasion bonus to it.
D20?
Yes, and it's always for this. And what is Rayonde doing?
I'm giving directions to people, telling them to go to the stern where the stairs are. Just go up the stairs! I'm trying to help you!
So do you want persuasion or intimidation there, Rayonde?
I don't like either of those choices, but...
That's a 16.
Okay. They do kind of like slowly come out and are running by. All of you give me your perception checks.
Again, I rolled a 2. I have no bonus.
Does that include me?
No, this is something they're noticing inside the whole of the ship.
13.
13?
I'm not technically.
You're not there yet.
Yeah.
For your perception. This is separate.
20.
You see these people are dressed in the traditional garb of like what people wear around Mintarn. And you recall, you all were attacked by slavers in Mintarn.
So they are Lantanese.
Yes. But they do kind of start scrambling because their sense of self-preservation kind of eclipses their fear as like the fire is spreading across the deck of the ship now. And it is like...
Good, keep it moving.
Because the ship is taking more cannonballs from the Mother of Pearl, so...
I back up against the fiery portion and block it. I am resistant to the flames. My motion. Get out of here, just go!
Are there any big holes in the ship that I can grab like people and kind of throw them out into the water? Because like... There's a better chance that they can swim to safety than like going down with a flaming ship. So
You've spent enough time on the high seas now, Helene, that you know some bloody bodies have gone into the water. You know what that means.
Yeah, keep in mind.
Feeding
oh
frenzy.
yeah. Damn. She's just
Doesn't mean it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that's something Helene would know.
yeah. Crap. She's gonna just grab as many people as she can and keep moving them past where the flames are being blocked by Rayonde and try and get them over to our ship and kind of guide the mass of people.
Okay. No, they do start heading up, and Xander, as you're approaching, you see these people come up and they see you and they kind of freeze again.
Hey, it's okay. I'm a friend. Are you a friend?
And they like look down at the deck of the ship where again there is burned and slain pirates all over the place, and an old woman kind of like walks up to one of them and goes and spits on one of the dead guys.
I like you. You should come first, actually. Come on over.
Perfect.
I'll help her across and anybody else that needs.
Okay, you want to like lower the plank so they can like get across, gangplank?
I thought Aiden already kicked it over.
Well, it worked in an Aiden sort of way, not necessarily in like a mortal's.
Then yes, I would like to make it easily accessible for the mortals.
Yeah. You do notice over on the other side of the ship, it's like they have definitely turned the tide on the slavers over there. But this vessel that you on very much goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grab a hold of something.
All of you give me athletics or acrobat. Yeah, everyone who's on board the vessel, athletics or acrobatics to keep your footing.
9.
For once, Aiden, you're like lockpick, like.
Hey, warn me next time before you sank.
I got a 12.
Same.
I think Aiden and Helene knocked definitely like knocked around down here, like sliding over stuff. Rayonde, your powerful claws kind of dig into the wood, and you're able to hold it. Xander, same thing. You've spent your whole life on
Powerful
boats.
claws.
Yeah, exactly. Karrin and Kerrin, what are you all doing over there? Is the boat that you know all of your friends is on?
Right.
Like,
I think the moment we register that the gangplank is being lowered, they are now more intent on letting the crew finish off whatever is going on the deck. And then they're rushing over to sort of like help steady the plank on their side.
okay.
So I've got one on each side here.
You
doing
also
the thing.
you also know the ships are still tethered together because of Xander.
Yes. So I think that what I will likely do is one of them, as they're running by, will just cut the rope.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
First to get off.
those of you that are coming across will get to make your check with advantage because one of the twins is trying to steady the plank. So yes, the people are coming out. You feel like they're all almost there when.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have dice.
Take
too.
that die. Find another die. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding.
I will inflict wounds on you so hard.
Helene and Aiden down in the hold, and I guess Rayonde, you're down there also. You hear.
That's not a
water
good sound.
immediately starts flooding in around your feet.
Bad.
And
Very bad.
up on the
This will put
surface,
the fires out, so there's a good side.
the ship very much like visibly
Everybody get off the
dramatically
boat.
is like
How many of the cages do I have left to unlock?
3.
Okay.
One more roll will cover them all. But they start, or it won't. It won't. What'd you get?
Not bad.
Thieves' tool breaks. And the man says, no, and sees like the water coming up around him.
Aiden, we need to go. How many?
No, you can't. You can't leave. You can't leave us.
No.
Can't leave them.
You can't leave us down. No.
Try to pull the cage open.
You can give me an athletics check. You can do it with advantage.
Kerrin, Karrin, or
Helene will help as well. She'll try and pull on it too.
Where are they?
Even with advantage.
A 2 and a 3. I don't think I rolled above a 4 since my initial foray.
It is like it's just not giving. It's just not giving. You know? Xander, you've arrived and you are looking down in the hold, so you've witnessed this scene. You can see the water like filling in, and there's
I lift.
there's three. Yeah, you can go
Can I
for
go
it.
down and try?
Sure.
Put my hand.
I will say you can make your way down. It's honestly the ship is like listing enough now that you can almost like walk down. Yeah. Yep.
Look, I made it. Okay.
You can roll with advantage because all of you were trying to do this here.
So the first one I got was 14.
You
And
rolled
this
so
one
young.
was
14 total.
14 total.
Okay. It's not budget. Karrin and Kerrin, you have seen that they've all gone down in the hold, and you see people are coming across, but you have not seen Xander, Rayonde, Helene, or Aiden.
Where are they? Are they coming? I don't know. We have to help them.
Nikto runs up next to you, and she's like, "Where are the rest of them?"
I don't know. I think at this point, there's so many of them over there, but there's no way that the twins are going to like watch their friends like sink to the bottom of the ocean. So they just look to Nikto and they say, "Don't wait for us," and then just starts heading over.
She's like, hey, wait, I give the orders around here. And you're, okay.
And
Right.
and across they go and down into the hold.
You witness the exact same scene that's like now about thigh deep of water down there. And the people in the remaining cages are becoming frantic now.
What are you doing?
Trying to get them out. My pick broke.
We have to get him out. There's only a few left.
All right,
The bars are very strong.
All right, I think I still have my spiritual weapon up, so I think
do.
I'm gonna try and hack at these locks with the spiritual weapon.
Okay, and you all can try again. It's not like that it only worked. You only tried it once. My suggestion would be whoever's strongest, roll with advantage.
I have 17 strength.
Is that greater than Rayonde's strength?
By 7.
A 10, yeah.
Right. Then I would say you can roll, but roll with advantage.
I just got
Natural
18 on the first one. I can try again.
Okay. Because you might get a 20. So
8, yeah. Well, that would, so 18 plus 6, what is that? 25?
24.
Xander, you sort of like grab a nearby pipe and kind of like one of them's open.
Perfect.
You know, you have two more.
So like grab those people and get them out.
Helene's gonna help him up and
Stumbling and falling in the rising ocean water. You know. Yeah.
I have a dagger on me. Can I try to use the tip of it to try to pick a lock? Anything. Like,
You
work with what I got.
can,
Roll it.
but not disadvantage, but you get no advantage for your thieves' tools.
All right.
Yes.
I rolled a natural one on my spiritual weapon.
Don't do that.
You widen the hole in the ship.
Alright, we're gonna dispel that now.
Same thing. The second one opens.
Okay.
The water is getting up to about waist deep for the taller ones of you, and about chest deep for the smaller ones of you. Like the ship has minutes before it goes down.
One more. Come on. Get him out. Get him out.
I just rolled dirty 20. I don't know when my turn is,
fair.
but whenever my
It's-
turn is.
You, Aiden, when you're like, we gotta get him out, you gotta get him out. You see inside there is an older man and a woman inside. They're like, no, leave us. Leave us. Don't you young sweet people go down because of the likes of us. No, go.
Yeah, no.
No, we don't do that.
Don't do that.
Xander, you're like, or, and like take it off its hinges. Throw it down. You're not safe yet. All of you.
Alrighty, let's go.
All of you give me athletics to see how quickly you can get out of here, because the ship is definitely going down. You
Also, maybe do acrobatics.
or acrobatics or athletics.
21.
Again, Helene, you spider monkey. You've spent a lot of time not getting that hair wet in your life.
Also a mood, because 22.
Yeah, you guys are like, how about no? Yes.
12.
12? Okay.
I'm exhausted. I got a 1.
You all see when Xander turns and starts to scramble out, one of the cages like slides over and pins him.
Okay, I have 16, which is enough to turn around and get back to him and try to help him out.
Am I drowning currently?
Yeah, I would like you not to drown, buddy.
Just a little stuck. Okay.
I'd like to be drowning.
Give me strength, pure strength. I would have given you. Would have been disadvantage. You got a homie helping you, so it's just straight up.
Oh no, where is that?
It's just not the way we like to do anything
10.
around here.
I mean, it isn't. It's not a
Oh, you
move.
said with advantage?
No.
No, not this.
Right.
Well, still 10.
Okay.
Either way, that don't look at that one. That's not
Yes,
real.
if it is cursed. Yes. The rest of you are able to get out. Xander and Aiden.
Yeah.
Is you are pulling the cage out of the way. The boat is starting to shift enough that you see the water line coming up towards the fireball hole. So you guys need to like clear out very quickly.
Come on.
Yep. When you all get up to the top of the ship that is like, again, basically like sideways now,
Yep.
ropes come flying over from your ship, from the other white sails, throwing to catch so you all can get pulled back over.
All right, come on, buddy.
Do the Spartan hand.
Yeah.
And you all, sorry, make it back over to the next. Well, roll on the off chance it's a 1. There's still a chance something terrible can happen. So all of
That's
you
so
give me
many
one more
ones.
roll to get across.
There it is.
17.
Yep.
9.
Good.
18.
18.
11. Was there a modifier for that one?
Athletics. Or acrobatics. But it's sufficient. I mean, it
13.
basically, as long as it wasn't a 1, you know, you all kind of get pulled back over as the
Oh,
ship.
now I get a 24 when it doesn't matter.
No, but you
Just
did it
your
cool in
life.
front of everybody, though, Rayonde. Like, you look really cool in front of everybody.
That
Does
was
it make up
really
for all of the
cool.
other stuff?
It's the last thing that I saw. That means this what's gonna stick in my mind. Is that you're cool. And I'm really glad you're alive.
Are you okay?
You too, friend.
It was a really close one, guys.
I felt so useless. I made so many mistakes.
You hit a dude with another dude.
Oh, that part I liked.
All I did was cut the ship open wider, and I accidentally maced someone in the face.
What?
You said you
Yep. Cure wounds.
How many did we save?
Oh, that's an unusual feeling. Oh, okay. Thank you.
We're sorry.
Yeah,
I think it looks better this way.
you would. And when he says that, you all hear Nikto behind him is like, hey, respect on my ship. And he's like, aye, Captain. Aye. Apologies. And turns and leaves.
You are forgiven this time.
Aiden.
There are
line up.
25 people you all saved. Now standing on the deck of the ship.
We should probably figure out where they belong.
Hey, Captain, we brought new friends. You're
How do I
welcome.
feed all of them.
Nikto, like when you say that, like she like looks at you for a second and she's like, my cabin, now. And she wheels around. Nikto,
She does that because she's happy. She's definitely happy with us. We only did good things and no bad things.
she is a tabaxi. She is a black cat with a white band across her face there. She wears a large, like, Commodore-style hat in, like,
It's a great hat.
a flowy coat that she always seems to have 1,001 pockets. You in particular, Aiden, have been trying to figure, like, how is she doing that? Like,
Everything about the ensemble. The hat, the
Yeah.
pocket, the...
it's like,
I mean, that type of coat is literally called a great coat.
it is literally a great coat. Nikto comes into her quarters, which again is just basically right behind the wheel, the captain's quarters, and brings you all in and just like sits down and like takes her hat off. And you see her ears like wiggle for a second, which you know is her tell that she's frustrated about something.
What's the matter, Nikto? Yes, besides that, I felt it was pretty obvious we know what we did wrong.
Do you? What? What did you do wrong? Tell me, any of you.
We were too impulsive in how we boarded.
For the 17th time, yes, and?
Don't shoot fireballs on wooden ships.
You see, she just produced, you barely even see her move, and there's just a knife in her hand. Like, and just has it. And she idly twirls it on the tip of her finger. And she's like, the problem's not the fireball, Helene. And it like flies and just like sticks in the wall. She's like, the problem is just not checking before the fireball, Helene.
That's fair.
Just, you did great work over there. I saw it. There's 25 souls that are alive because of you all. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned that I would have been short 6 soldiers.
We just got really overexcited. It was, I mean, especially for me, this is our first battle. I've been looking forward to it. We jumped the gun a little bit.
Looking forward to it. How was it? You know, you always remember your first, they say.
I mean, I grew up on pirate ships. I thought I would do a better job. I may have overestimated my abilities.
Rayonde. The whole world is going to think you're something you're not because of this. You don't have to do it too, okay? Just shoot true. Strike when you can. That's it.
Okay.
You're no use to me if you're stuck up here. I need you down here.
I just thought there were so many things I could have done differently.
Well, you know, the irony of what I just told you is you, less here, more up here. Just to be like, hey, if I set off a huge explosion on a wooden vessel, what might happen?
Gotcha.
And Aiden, and she's got another knife in her hand.
I know. I know. I'm perfect and you have no comments for me. I understand.
Are you sure? Because when you look carefully, it's your knife.
You have to teach me that.
I gotta teach you a lot, kid. Put it back in your pants. And, and let me ask you all two a different question. Just tell me, what did you do right out there?
We were very supportive.
You kept him from leaking out, so that's something. That's something. You happened to catch the guy that notched you at 100 paces?
About that.
We got a good look at them.
Yeah. Seems birds swim. They might have swam away.
Do you think maybe they just jumped and just flew
Real
with the ship as
low?
cover?
I mean, penguins.
Or ducks.
Yeah, you know.
Or geese.
Oh,
But
don't
yes,
mess with geese,
I'm
they
not
come at
arguing
you.
with you. I do believe they did fly away.
I mean, is that like a cat joke? Like, I mean, you're just like listing off like species of bird? Like, I'm gonna be like...
that swim specifically.
Okay, great. Was this some penguin-derived Aarakocra subspecies I'm not aware of? Is that
No,
what
they
it-
look
kinda-
very
Yeah.
molty.
Yeah, seen better days.
Oh, okay, great.
Really great shot, though.
Yeah, they kind of just shot me and dipped off.
I thought I knew about all the famous pirates. Not familiar with this one.
He's not famous then. Don't even know. Moldy bird.
You all know how long we've been out here looking for these people, though. If they evaded us that long and that person still got away, they are something.
The good news is they're going to have a lot harder time trying to get away from us without a ship now.
And people.
Looking on the bright side.
Hey, look, you kids did a great job, okay? You did a great job. Their ship sank, ours didn't. The slavers are dead. The captives aren't. That's a win. That's a win any day of the week. It's just, you gotta learn from it. You don't take too much from this. You don't deny yourself the credit you deserve. So, you all didn't know this. Picked you up in Mintarn, and the first thing we did was go out after this slave ring. I seem to recall you said you all have had a run-in with them before.
You could say that.
Yeah, we might have gotten caught up in some things.
A little bit.
A little bit. In our defense, they smiled real nice at us. And that seemed trustworthy.
They bought us drinks.
A lot of drinks.
Yeah.
We were not using good judgment.
No, so Leve told me all about it. I think that's what he was telling me. It's hard to say, but there was definitely a lot of your voice and slurring involved. But look, that's the whole point behind the game they run. You know, you guys aren't the first to fall for it. Clearly, she motions again, kind of out the window at the people that are on the decks. It's like, at least you got away. And didn't you tell me that they were delivering you to the fighting pits of Neverwinter?
That's what they said, yeah.
Fighting pits. I mean, like,
I know, this face.
maybe they just saw your sword hand, though, Aiden. It is a nice face, though. Wouldn't want, anything to happen to it, right?
Yeah, the gold maker.
You are going to make me end up looking like a multi-pirate tabaxi. Like, maybe that's what happened to that freaking Aarakocra. Maybe they got a guy like this over there, and it's just the...
That would make sense.
Lucky bird.
Every ship has one.
Xander, you're my tactician. I've come to expect some members of our group to go in face first. You take a little bit of a wider view.
Yes.
What do you think about all this?
About the slavers? And us chasing them? down. I think they're scared and running back, but I know that they're gonna probably get a new crew, come back for what we just did.
She just sort of like motions with her hand, and you see her hat floats up into the air and then back onto her head. Like she's just like idly thinking about it. And
Okay, now that's cheating. But really awesome.
you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, Aiden.
I mean, if I was them, I would expect them to come back with a lot more and probably a tougher ship. Just in my mind, that's what I would do.
Or we could head straight there now, go farm when they're least expecting us, if they're trying to get their numbers back up right now, that we just took a lot of them out.
But we have 25 people who probably want to go home.
Yeah. I don't think that'd be smart to do.
We're not turning around to Mintarn now. No. We're months out to sea. We need to refuel. I don't even know if we could make the return trip. Okay.
I reach into my map case. I am an avid cartographer, and I roll out a map of the local islands that I've been charting. Where do you think we should make port to make repairs to the ship?
She looks at that and she's like, did you draw that?
I'm currently drawing it.
She's like, that's actually not bad. It's like, I didn't even know that you'd noticed that, like, inlet there. I thought that wasn't even your ship. Were you just up in the crow's nest? Just... Well, she reaches in her and pulls out another map, like an official white sails map, and turns it where you can see it. And you see it's pretty good, but like you some of like the like small islands and things you missed, but it's pretty. She's like, do you all know why White Sails was recruiting? Why you all even knew to have the privilege of serving in my beloved company?
A lot of other White Sails members did not make it.
The cream rises, and everybody says that, but what's the rest of it? What's the goo that goes to the bottom?
It's not goo, it's the thinner.
Isn't it just like skim milk?
Yeah.
Again, is that a cat joke?
I
Like I'm supposed to be like some milk expert?
I really think that's what it is, and I think you were asking us.
That's the watery part.
Yeah.
Well, the watery part is terrible. Yes. So, no. Well, yes. Statistically speaking, most white sails don't retire for reasons I think you're now quite familiar with.
Clearly.
Return into skim milk.
Lord Neverwinter is heavily invested in white sails and, dare I say, some lesser companies to build up the fighting force of Neverwinter. They lost a lot of ships on pirate hunting expeditions just like this. Those were by no means the only ones out there, nor are they the worst. So, a decision was made that rather than try and conscript hapless teenagers, it was better to actually just take established fighting people, who'd already decided that they wanted to live the life of the blade and make them the fighting force. So, pump some money into White Sails. We've pumped some money into you. And surprise, peace on the high seas. When we can make it as such, of course.
Pretty peaceful right now. And anything we walk away from.
Nothing's been set on fire in 12 minutes. Peace.
Oh yeah, I have to reset the counter tonight.
I don't even know why you bothered with the counter. Like, we're constantly resetting the counter.
It's an encouragement system.
You all think I don't know about that, like, shoot the apple off the head with the scorching ray thing. Like, I see the holes in my mast. Who else is doing that?
You said they wouldn't notice.
I
we get bored
said I thought
sometimes on
we'd
the
get
ship.
away with it. No.
We have to make our own entertainment. We're out here often for weeks, months at a time.
Morale. Yeah.
Yes, morale.
And it's practice. I mean, just...
Heaven forbid you just man your post and then don't cause any trouble when you aren't, but okay. Part of our orders were once we'd crack this ring, which hopefully we've done, we're supposed to port back into Neverwinter because, and I am remiss to say this out loud, they actually want you 6 to teach a class of new recruits.
Yeah! They will learn from all of my ways of wisdom.
There was a decision that I was not privy to, that it would probably be good for morale for the fresh recruits to see some of you that were just sort of starting to make your way in the world come and talk to them about what it's like to be a member of the White Sails Company.
We just have to talk to them. We don't have to teach them.
Well, I didn't know teach them. Like, nobody's really just interested in what you have to say.
Teach them how to fight?
What you do. I mean, yes. Can you teach them? Because I would like to learn that, actually. Is that it?
I'm not convinced I can teach anything. I
Should
don't have a teacher myself.
To be fair, I kind of feel the same. I mean, I did just set a ship on fire.
And you can teach them that you know now
Not to do that.
sometimes to do that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Here's the thing, kids. This isn't my idea, and I don't think you're ready. But this is still what's come down from on high, and orders are orders. But I'll find a place to deliver them safely back to Neverwinter. I'll make sure they got a couple coins so they can get home. Do not report that we found those people in the hold of those ships, because if they believe that there is some huge slave operation running back and forth between Mintarn and Neverwinter, that's going to be a problem, because it's going to make it look like we're not doing our job. So, maybe keep that part to yourself. Like, we can say, like, they were shipwrecked. Their vehicle or their vessel was incapacitated.
Their ship is wrecked. Look at it right there.
That would not be
I see
a
it.
lie, yes.
I see a wrecked ship. Do you see a wrecked ship, Karrin?
Maybe,
Of course.
There it is, wrecked.
yeah, just maybe skip the slaver thing. Maybe skip the slave pits, or fighting pits.
But won't
Leave
that
it.
help people to like be aware of that?
That.
Because we weren't. And that's why we were almost kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
They're right.
I feel like the more warning people have, the better, no?
Is there a way to do it surreptitiously?
The royals, the rulers, the Neverwinter, people like him, they don't actually care about the people on the street level. They don't actually care about the people like us. They care about us because we perform a useful function, sure. But just the fishwives and barkeeps, kids working the docks, they don't care. They want them to remain orderly, and the only way they can remain orderly is if they believe they're safe. Do you all know about the ruin of Neverwinter? I realize you're not all from the same place. It is fine if you do not, but do any of you happen to?
Can I make a history check?
You can.
Well, I know all about it, but you should tell the others just in case they haven't heard.
14.
Natural 20.
Aiden, you in particular know. Neverwinter used to be just the absolute crown jewel of Faerun. Faerun, not Faerun. It's a good one. You all know what that's a crossover with.
Yep.
Faerun. A lot of people think it's Waterdeep, but it really was Neverwinter. It was the most cosmopolitan city. It's called the City of Skilled Hands for a reason. It was a technological marvel. It had gorgeous, sprawling bridges, a sweeping, beautiful river that ran through it, hanging gardens that stayed blooming all through the year, and winter never came. That's why it was called Neverwinter. And about 20 years ago, something called the Ruin happened, where a huge Actually, let me give you an even better description for your level. For your natural 20, you get the description. Neverwinter was a friendly city of craftsmen who trade extensively via the great merchants of Waterdeep. Their water clocks and multi-hued lamps could be found throughout the realms. Neverwinter gained its name from the skill of its gardeners who contrived to keep the flowers blooming throughout months of snow, a practice that they continue with pride. Until... I think, oh, I do not has. Perfect. I'm all like, yes, level 20, but how much of this is irrelevant? So, I know what I will tell you.
But picture everything he's saying.
That's true.
I'm drunk history saying.
As incredible.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yes.
right, yeah.
Perfect.
That you're like, even though you know it, you're like, I might not be recounting it accurately. You know that Neverwinter was laid out basically in the shape of an eye, with the Neverwinter River marking a long axis east to west. At one end of the city was the harbor, at the other end was the rise, beyond that was the Neverwinter Wood. And the city had 4 gates, 2 on the northwestern wall, in the northwestern corner, and 2 in the southwestern and southeastern corners. And there were 3 spectacularly, intricately carved bridges: the dolphin, the winged wyvern, and the sleeping dragon. Considered the city's emblems by its inhabitants, and under these, Neverwinter River moved through them. The water clocks, exquisite jewelry, like I said, and the magnificent gardens is why it was called the City of Skilled Hands, because it was incredible. And year-round, it was always colorful, and the summers were rich with fresh fruit. And it was beautiful and ingeniously designed buildings, many of which were famous in their own right, such as the House of Knowledge, Neverwinter's tall and many-windowed Temple of Ogma, the Hall of Justice, the Temple of Tyr. It was a spectacular place. Until about 20 years ago. When, thank you, by the way, when something called the Ruining happened, which is not exactly clear to you what it was, but the city was almost entirely destroyed. Of the 3 bridges, only the Winged Wyvern remains functional. Much of the southeastern quadrant of the city collapsed into a yawning pit known as the chasm, which still continuously spawns plague-changed horrors. Just terrible things come out on occasion. And many former edifices and homes became martial garrisons to maintain the monsters at bay. So now that is kind of the state of the city. This one great place has very much been brought low by this calamitous earthquake and ensuing chaos, which all of you know Neverwinter is a ruin, but you didn't necessarily know the true state of its former greatness.
It sounds like it was absolutely lovely until it wasn't.
Yeah. This guy told me a whole story one time in a bar.
After you recount that, Aiden, Nikto truly looks surprised that you knew that.
I listen when people tell me things in bars.
Just like, duly noted.
And Vino Veritas. That means listen to people in bars.
Information
Last time we
Elven
did
is
that,
important.
it did not work well.
You should listen to what they say, not when they tell you to have 8 drinks.
Just phrasing.
I feel like whenever we're in bars, you're the one doing most of the talking. There doesn't seem to be very much listening.
It's true.
Hey, well, he's right about this. So, well, you saved me the trouble of having to explain all of that. But one of the things that Lord Neverwinter is trying to do, Neverwinter, there's the city of Neverwinter, and he's Lord Neverwinter. One of the things he is trying to do is revitalize the city of Neverwinter, which is why we don't want them to think, in the midst of all this terrible horror these people have already endured, that there might be an active slave trade being surreptitiously run in and out of their city, okay?
But he knows about the fighting pits in his city.
Presumably.
And he probably...
And he chooses to do nothing.
Maybe he's doing things we don't know about because, like, we're doing things for pirates that
Or
they don't know.
trying to seal the giant gaping chasm in the middle of his city. So, yes, we will go, you all will report, you will do what was requested. Please do not tell them about the slave ring, okay? Okay. Dismissed.
I think that went really well. As soon as we got out the dark.
A little better than expected.
I still don't understand why we can't tell the people that there's slavers going around enslaving people. That's.
In my experience, bureaucracy always wins out.
But it's not right. That's.
No, it's not right. Unfortunately, it is the way of things.
I agree with you, Xander.
Well, I'm gonna go to sleep, I guess. What I was actually well.
When
Before I'm
you
taking
all,
a rest in the middle of the day.
I mean, it is.
It was a day.
I'm
in
tired.
fairness.
I'm just over this whole thing.
Is you all walk down, you see a group of about 6 people that are just standing at the bottom of the stairs, and they're like, "Oh, hello. We just wanted to say thank you for our liberation and our lives."
You're very welcome.
They one of them walks up very slowly to you, and they're like, "Apologies for our response to your fearsome visage."
It's all right. I know I'm a monster.
We think he's really handsome.
Monstrously strong. Am I right? Did you see what he did with those bars? Isn't he impressive? Isn't he the coolest?
Quite impressive. He broke off 2 of the gates.
Yeah.
I cannot take credit for this. I did no such
That's
thing.
why we have you.
He's super humble. It's okay.
You take credit for it.
He's a good
Get
person.
the credit on you.
I did want to help you though, and I'm happy that you are safe.
Cleared the way of all the pirates so you could escape.
Without him, we couldn't have saved you.
So brave.
About a young girl that you think she might be 6 or 7. It's hard to tell with humans, really. Like, they grow so quickly. Comes up to you slowly, and she pulls out what looks like a dried flower, a dried yellow flower, and holds it out to you.
Is that for me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I've never seen its like.
Thank you for saving us, scary red man. I don't think you're scary. I think you look really neat. Can you breathe fire?
Yes, I can. Usually.
That's so cool. And she runs up, she hugs you. Around the waist.
All human children do this. This is
Not all
normal.
of them,
Yes.
but this one does.
Pretty
Okay.
normal.
This one doesn't. That's good.
She's like, I love you, Red Dragon Man.
I think you're very nice too, small child.
She lets go. She looks at you. She goes, "You're my friend."
Yes, I am your friend. What is your name?
Annabeth.
Annabeth. It is good to meet you.
I want to be a hero like you guys.
I think you already are.
I mean, you've already survived a terrible shipwreck.
That's in the backstory of all great adventurers. Story like that is how all the things start, right?
I'm sure you kept your parents very safe.
I did. I was ready to fight.
There you go. Very brave.
And one of the men sort of comes forward and puts his arm. He's like, "Oh, well, we won't disturb the heroes anymore, Annabeth." And he just kind of like pulls her and he looks at you all and goes, and he's like, "I don't mean to be rude, but could you direct us to where we might be able to, like, get her some food?"
I'm sure Rayonde would love to show his new best friend.
Yes, follow me. I'll take you to the galley.
And they do.
I think we have witnessed a moment.
She very much holds your hand.
I agree with you. It's really cute.
That
Rayonde, I think he was blushing.
I think you're right. It goes like purple. Almost as cute as you. I will follow to the galley because I am hungry.
What are Helene and Xander doing?
I'm going to sleep. Helene can join.
Helene will. Yeah, she'll go with Xander.
Okay. As you all make your way in again, you find afterwards everybody is telling their stories, mostly over-exaggerating what they did. But for the most part, even though some of them give you a hard time, the tales of your heroics do spread through the crew. and you all realize that when kind of the dinner goes out, there's a kind of a couple extra scoops in the in the porridge cup.
We're kind of a big deal.
Oh, the mac salad is my favorite.
A couple of extra, flagons of mead, sort of make it out that night, and everyone is happy.
Yeah, I think Karrin and Kerrin hang out up in the crow's nest, keeping watch, since they don't need to sleep.
You sure you're not coming down?
You can always come up.
I'll go nap up there. Sure.
Hashtag cuddle puddle.
Yeah.
Hashtag fade out. It just takes a couple days sailing up the coast to get to Neverwinter. The rest of the trip is relatively uneventful. The people that you rescue do very much kind of try and keep to themselves and kind of stay out of the way. And it is easygoing. You all definitely do, after that first celebratory night, do kind of end up like the food ends up being like a little bit lighter as they kind of have to like divide the stores over more mouths. But it does allow you all to make the trip. That is blank. We're trying to be subtle. We were not. Hang on a
But
second
we
here.
have taken our long rest.
Yeah.
That is true. You're very much,
Well rested.
yep. You all do arrive basically from Neverwinter, or to Neverwinter, and again, you do see the vision of the city that was described to you. Yeah. Oh no, it is gorgeous, or at least you can see that it was gorgeous. It's still got tall, sweeping spires and some beautiful buildings that sort of step up, but across the middle of the city, there is in fact the like huge gaping hole that was described. It is like basically like an earthquake hit, and the city kind of broke in half.
Told you.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't doubt you for a moment.
I mean, I kind of doubted the bar guy a little bit for a minute there. But it really is that big.
The buildings are really beautiful.
Do you think the fighting pit is in that pit?
I wouldn't want to fight whatever comes out of there.
I'm pretty sure they probably stay close, though, knowing that nobody's going to come around that way.
Honestly, I'm just really excited to see new things. It's frightening, but I mean, it's a new adventure, guys.
It's true.
So it's something to look forward to, and if it is the end, at least we go out with a bang.
Whoa! No need for that kind of talk. I think we're doing well. I think this is going to be great.
I haven't spent much time on land. Will I be sick when I arrive?
It
Might be. It depends on how well you walk on land.
might be a little bit wobbly.
Is that a thing? Is that land sick versus seasick? Is that
We're going to have to find out.
science?
You all come as the ship is starting to pull in. You see there are like sweeping banners there. Aiden, again with your supreme knowledge of the town of Neverwinter, anomalously so, you know that there are two main hangouts that you yourself would like to see. There is the Driftwood Tavern, which caters to, the working class, the common folk, the kind of people that are kind of having like, a legal and above board kind of hangout good time. And near the docks, the Beached Leviathan, which is where the other half goes. The Beached Leviathan is a place for scoundrels.
Now, what none of us are surprised by the fact that Aiden is aware that these two bars exist.
It's true.
I endeavor to be a good host, showing you around a city that I've never been, and the finest establishments of villainy. Well, all I'm saying is, we're at the docks. Villainy is at the docks. Beach Leviathan, Beach Leviathan, Beach Leviathan, Beach Leviathan, Beach Leviathan.
Then you
Karrin,
hear,
I know you're
no, not the beach leviathan. And Nikto is standing behind you.
Beach Leviathan? What is such a thing? I've never heard of it.
We were so close.
I mean, isn't that where slavers would hang out?
What?
I think
We're supposed to go meet these new recruits.
She very much like rubs her hand through her fur, and you hear like a loud like scratching as she does it.
we solemnly swear.
She's like, go report to Sergeant Knox, the Neverwinter Guard. You being members of the White Sails already qualifies you as provisional members of the Neverwinter Guard. They're all still swords too. Okay? Do not embarrass us, Aiden. What you do, I do. And what I do, White Sails does.
I would never.
You won't twice, okay? You understand what I mean?
Yes, Captain.
She's like, Aiden, okay. It's really important to me that you understand something.
Yeah.
And she's behind you, and you feel a knife at the base of your spine.
How? I just teach me how.
like-
Just that part.
I
And
will, but I need you to understand. And like she doesn't like it's not
Nope,
a violent
nope,
thing.
nope,
you
nope,
know?
I know.
Yeah, she's like, lots of people can do way more than that. Okay. Yeah. And she's like, Helene,
Yeah.
just look first. That's all I'm asking. Look first.
Stab first, then look. No, opposite.
Oh, you will. I'm gonna have gray fur. I'm gonna have gray fur. Like all of this. I'm gonna be solid white. That's what I'm gonna.
We'll keep all 4 eyes on them.
Sergeant Knox. Okay? You all are soldiers, okay? White Sails. This is what you asked for, okay? Just make me proud, all right?
We won't disappoint you, Nikto.
You never
Captain.
do. You never do.
what do you call a cat who's a silver fox? Never mind. Later. We'll talk about it later.
Anything, Xander?
Nothing. Just gonna go find Sergeant Knox and talk to the recruits.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna finish the ship. I'm gonna have our guests safely delivered hence. And
From
then
their shipwreck.
from their shipwreck.
Can you let Annabeth know that her friend says hello?
Which one's Annabeth?
The small, cute one.
Oh,
Little
She's
girl.
adorable. Yeah, right? Yeah.
She's best friends.
What do you do with the flower?
Oh, I have it tucked inside my jacket.
Okay. Yeah. She's Nikto's like, yeah. Hey, you all did a really great thing for those people, okay? A lot of this job is not doing great things. So, you should be proud of that. I realize I'm asking you not to tell the whole world about it, but they all know. And you all know. And I know. Okay? You to the chasm and the maybe don't go that way. Like, not that way. That way.
Right.
Yeah.
Sergeant Knox.
Right. Is that a way?
And not the Beach Leviathan.
And she just turns around and walks back onto the ship. Okay.
Didn't say no the driftwood happened, did I?
You're gonna send her to an early grave.
I wouldn't. You'd bring them back. Where are we going?
We should go see Knox.
Yeah, I think we should see.
At the very least, we have to report to him so that he can say that he saw us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. We need an alibi. We need an alibi. It's fine.
And once we get that crossed off the list, then we can do whatever trouble we want. And we can explore.
That's my girl. See, this is why we get along so well.
I agree.
Mischief and trouble. Yes. But first Knox. First Knox. Very. I very seriously go to Sergeant Knox.
So as you all make your way
Professionally.
through the, as you make your way through the city, it is exactly as advertised. Even though you can see there's definitely almost like an ambient fear in the air. I mean, these people have been through a significant trauma, but it was 20 years ago. It's sort of like life is kind of trying to find a way, you know, like shops are open. I mean, people are going about their daily lives. I mean, wonderful smells are wafting on the air, but you all can see many buildings that you're sure were masterpieces that, you know, are cracked and burned and broken, but are sort of have like scaffolding and things kind of propping it up again. You know, walls have been repaired with a stone that is slightly different colors. You know, I mean, life is continuing, even in the midst of all of this.
These buildings all have rigging, just like ships.
Many of them do.
They used to be beautiful, I'm sure. They still are. Now they just tell a story.
Yeah, it's like the thing where they have the bowl and it shatters, and then they just fill it in with like gold stuff.
Yeah.
It's broken, and it got even better.
Just like us.
They should leave the rigging on. Makes it easier to get around.
You know, you're not wrong.
You know? You're not wrong. So,
Aiden?
here's the thing. I am going to Sergeant Knox. No one said I couldn't tightrope walk. Not a single person said that this was not, in fact, an Assassin's Creed
There
level.
was a Wu Jin that you used to drink with a lot that told you that thing about the broken cups, by the way. Like, that's where you picked up that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, out there. All right.
See, you have to listen to people.
You do. You
Of
do.
course.
All right, so are you going up, Aiden?
Yeah.
So you all very much see your friend is like, no, hey, I got you. No, cool.
Good idea. Great idea. The
Wait.
best.
I got a bad
Aiden?
feeling
Oh
about
no,
this.
now I have to follow.
No!
To make sure they don't do something. You should come too to keep me from making a bad decision.
Us?
You all see your friends like scrambling up the sides of one of these buildings. It is easy. I wouldn't even make you roll because again, there's cobblestone and there's a lot of like richness and shape to the walls. That very much, yeah, that you go up. Mm-hmm.
Just think how impressed Knox will be when we arrive by the upstairs door instead of the downstairs door.
That will definitely go well and not get us stabbed by some sergeant who wonders why we're up in his business. Good thinking.
I think I'm going to stay down here with you, Xander, and then
I'm
in
not
case they
going
fall,
up there.
we can catch
That's
them.
probably a good idea. Aiden tends to fall.
No, don't try to
sometimes.
catch me. If I fall, I'll just roll out of it.
Tuck and
Excuse
roll.
you.
We will also stay
Aiden.
down here.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Do roll though. Let's just see how good you are at spider monkeying across the roofs of these buildings.
Do you really want to give me a chance to roll
9.
another 2-day?
That
Is that
literally,
what you
that is
want?
expressly what I want.
18.
Oh, 18.
Mhm.
Alright.
What's it? Oh, 18 plus 6?
If you allow me to use acrobatics, then
Yes, of course. If not now, when?
I pirouette like a ballerina.
How?
It's a beautiful thing.
How is Rayonde making his way across these very unique, many-layered roofs of Neverwinter?
I mean, some of them I run across at great speed. The narrow passageways, the edges of roofs, and of course I do my classic arms behind me as I do it.
No, it is like it is known that is a dragonborn aerodynamic run. Like it is your heritage. Yeah. Important question. Are you trying to outdo Aiden, or are you just trying to make your way across the roofs?
Oh no, this is just the way I do it. This is not a competition. We're friends. We're pushing each other further to do better.
I feel like Aiden never sees it that way, but
And how did
I
Aiden do
can't
on the
even
roll?
remember.
You know? He's doing so well. I'm gonna let him have his moment in the sun.
Uh-huh.
I think, he felt like he took the L on that ship, and I think he needs this.
Mm-hmm. Just, I can't keep up. It's just, ooh.
Exactly.
Whew.
9.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm doing fine, but you're inattentive.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, go ahead. I'm being magnanimous.
Yeah.
I'm growing. This is growth. Watch growth.
Oh,
It's you know.
I'm
Aiden,
proud of you,
Watch
Aiden.
growth.
Aiden, you hop up there, and at first you're like, "What? Whoa!" They're like, "Okay, that slid. Okay,
Yeah.
that wasn't. That's not. Oh, that is not the same level of
Claws
construction."
might be helpful.
Okay,
I'm
right.
not saying not having claws is hurting me. It's fine.
Mhm.
Fine. It's all good.
Uh,
Look how well he's doing. Look at him. Look at me.
Aiden, are you okay?
Just fine. Hey, check it.
Uh,
Ah,
yeah.
fine.
You know what? Fine. That tile came out of nowhere.
Every once in a while,
No one
like
saw that.
shingles, like.
Don't get shingles.
Mending.
I'm like a stressed
Mending.
father. Aiden, be careful.
No. Before now, the biggest city that pretty much all of you, the twins are from Gwyneth. You've seen some large places in your time.
We're
Exactly. The rest of you, this is by a wide margin the biggest place you've ever been. This is even just this section of it is 5 times the size of Mintarn. And this is probably the most people you've ever seen in a single locale.
Think about how many things they would have to say in bars.
A lot of words. Yes. And again, there is every shape and version of humanoid here. Again, gnomes, dwarves, humans, half-elves, halflings.
Dragonborn?
Would you like to look to see if there are any more, or ask anyone if there were any dragonborn?
Well, I mean, I'm up on a scaffold now, aren't I?
Right. Well, here.
Hey, it's a good advantage.
No, we'll let fate decide here. You don't see anybody. Then it's right behind you. No. Right.
Nothing.
Okay. You all make your way along, and as you're making your way towards, Nikto gave you the directions of which way to go. There is a building that does not necessarily look like a garrison. You think probably at some point in the past it might have been some sort of a cathedral or maybe a smaller palace. And outside there are a handful of men and women outside wearing gray tunics with the large seal of House Neverwinter emblazoned on the chest, and they're kind of standing there with pikes. But they don't look particularly they're sort of like...
Right, they're hired guys. Possess this town.
That's exactly what they are.
Now, don't judge. We're hired guys, too.
No, exactly. They're on our level. They are peers.
Yeah.
You do notice, actually, as you all are kind of approaching from your different angles, they look probably about your age. I mean, you guys are teenagers. It's 3 of them look
Older
like...
teenagers.
It's true. No, not at all teenage. 19. That's not even a teenager
Right,
anymore.
exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't even count.
No.
yes, to correctly guess their ages.
There's 3 of the 4 that are outside. 3 of them look like they're probably teenagers, and one of them looks very gray, doubly hard scrabble. He might be a spry 50 or a super hard 35.
Hey guys, you see that one? The older one? I think that's the one in charge.
Probably the sergeant we need to talk to.
To be clear, though, these 4 are stationed outside of the building where you're going. You all know enough about military stuff that the person running the place is probably
not the outside
posted
person.
outside, yeah.
That's
But
fair.
probably we'll know who the inside person is that we need to talk to.
So I'm just asking academically because a bunch of these were people our age, fellow young adults.
Fellow YAs.
Any of them cute?
Barely.
They buried the lead there. Did you
true.
get that?
I don't know what the percentage chance of hotness is, but I have an idea in my mind what that number is.
Is it a nice number?
What?
Roll for hotness.
Yeah. One of them is breathtaking.
I would like to do some kind of flippy flips that I definitely know how to do and have practiced extensively, and this will definitely go absolutely very well and land right in front of them.
I'm pretty sure
Impress
that
them.
Kerrin and Karrin at this point have known Aiden long enough to know that look in his eye.
Yeah. No. All of you know that look. But the 2 of you that grew up with Aiden especially know that look.
I have no idea what you're implying.
Yeah, sometimes
here
you're
he goes.
lucky enough to
This
be on
should
the
be fun.
receiving end of that look. Yeah.
See what he does now.
14?
It's sufficient. it definitely seemed cooler in your head. Yeah. You sort of like, oh, hang on, wait, as you did, but don't break anything. Yeah. How does Rayonde come down?
Like a fire pole. Just slide down spiraling.
When they see you, they definitely like hold out the weapons. They're like,
we're on the same team.
He's with us.
I want to get in front of him. And be like, hey, it's fine. He's with us. He's like you, sellsword, right? We're all just trying
White
to
sails.
earn some coin.
We're from White Sails. We work for Lord Neverwinter, like you.
That's who we're looking for. By the way, is
Actually,
no,
we're
Sergeant
looking for Sergeant Knox.
Sergeant Knox is who we're looking for. Are they here?
the beautiful one looks at you in particular, Aiden, and like over toward you, Helene, and he's like, who's asking? You say you're white sails, but how do we know you're white sails?
We were sent by Captain Nicto.
That
Why?
you're here to
Because
teach.
she said so, and if you know Captain Nicto, then you know why we're here now.
Teach. And the gray, stubbly one walks right up to the two of you and kind of sticks his big belly out and is like, what do you boys got to teach?
You want to show?
Apparently, manners.
Are you sure you want a demonstration? There's great risk involved. Are you brave enough?
He makes a big dramatic show of like cracking his back and he's like, ugh. And he looks at the other three and he's like, I don't want to hurt these lads, but sort of like chokes
We
up on
weren't
his
going to
spear.
spar. We were just going to give you a demonstration.
Oh, well, all right. Demonstrate.
Xander, take that apple you've got and throw it in the air.
Got you. Just throw it.
You guys practice this trick a lot.
That's why it was worth messing up the ship to practice. Just now you've seen it.
Now you know.
The other three are like, and sort of like look at you and they're like, well, what can you all do?
Lots of things, mostly fiery things, which is probably better just shown later than seen.
The beautiful one sort of like very gently like touches your hair and goes like, I can see it. You're kissed by fire.
That's very sweet of you. Yes. That is a very mild way of putting it.
Can I spar him?
And then he sort of like while still like playing with your hair a little bit, is like, what about you?
While you've been, I want to use that distraction moment to do a little stealth around.
Yep.
Natural 20.
You're a ghost, Aiden. What would you? You're like cool.
Disappear into the ether.
You're the one who's
What
on
would you like to
fire.
do with this moment? Yeah.
So I'll just pop it at the point where they shift the focus. So what can you...
I am a man of many talents, I think you'll find.
It's like,
And I think to just button on that, thaumaturgy, boom of thunder.
he's like, oh, maybe I could learn something from you.
I'm here to teach.
He's like, our shift is over at sunset. Yeah, let us escort you all yes, yes, to Lord Knox. Yes. And he turns around and the stubbly one is like, I get an arrow and an apple. Like, I guess that's impressive. I thought you were going to show
More
me
thunder.
He very much like cringes at the like, all right. And he's like, last one of you I saw could
Nice one, Karrin.
never mind.
You
What
know
of
how
me?
we do.
Where did you see them?
He's like, well, I mean, not this you, but like she was blue.
Oh. I mean, I'm still interested.
I mean, she got deployed down by the chasm, you know.
Well, she works for Lord Neverwinter as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, almost every like real warrior, you know, in the city does. Yeah.
We should go find her.
Yes. I mean, if we have time. If we have time. Yes.
We will make time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. And he like picks up the. Oh, actually, I guess the arrow would have kept going flying. He was just like, oh, good shot. White sails.
White sails. Captain Nicto's the best.
Mother of Pearl. Don't forget it.
Mother of Pearl. Yeah.
Write it down.
All right, white sails. They lead you in, and again, you can see there's like classic iconography of like probably was a temple of Pelor, if you had to wager a guess. Unless any of you worship Pelor, that doesn't necessarily like jump off the wall at you, but you know, you have enough of a reading knowledge to be like, yeah, that's probably what this is. But where there probably would have been like pews and like religious relics and things like that, instead there's like weapon racks in stands like full of like swords, shields, scabbards, the odd fighting dummy, and things of that nature in here.
Helene will look over at a lot of the weaponry and go, this is a church I could pray at.
It's actually kind of a shame.
While you guys are making your way through there, you hear a loud booming voice say like, good! Hold them there! Turn them back! Drive them back into that stupid hold, I say! I wish nothing more than to have my axe out cracking into plague skulls now. But raising up the next generation has to be done, eh? And as you all are getting closer, he's like, General Sabine trusted me to keep an eye on things, and I intend to do it. Lord Neverwinter will be proud of what we're doing here. Keep up the good work. And as you all sort of approach, you see another group of what looks like kids that might be younger than you. They might be more like 14-ish.
They look so young. They look like babies. Tiny infants to be filled with our wisdom.
I think they are babies.
Like actual
Yeah,
children.
like actual.
Look at their little faces.
And we're teaching them to fight?
like us.
I mean,
To be brave.
how young were you when you started learning?
That's
I mean,
that's
about
a
as
story
young
for
as you
another time.
pushed me in the water.
I've told you about my problems as a late bloomer, but I don't know about this.
Witnessed your problems as a
Yeah.
True,
Caused problems as a late bloomer, yes.
true.
Well.
I don't know. I mean, all right. They're just very young.
I mean, what better time to teach them but now?
Impressionable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's time to introduce ourselves to this good sergeant.
Okay.
Good sergeant! Sergeant Knox?
As you all make your way in, you see a mountain of a man. He's probably 6'6" and nearly as wide across. He's got jet black skin, but just a snow white goatee and the hint of a mohawk. He's got a thick scar over one eye. In fact, one eye has got an eye patch over it. And he's standing at his desk wearing a full suit of plate armor, the likes of which you've never actually laid eyes on, but would take many years of working and saving to afford.
It would take many years to get in and out of. I understand why he's just in it.
And in the
It
corner,
looks so uncomfortable.
there is a large double-bladed battle axe sitting in the corner. But the way it's sitting there, you feel it's probably been sitting there a minute, though. And he's standing with his head on his desk, like poring over some papers.
Sergeant Knox.
Who wants to know?
We were sent by Captain Nicto.
And what was Helene about to say?
We've been sent by Captain Nikto to tell you about a slave trade ring that's going on.
A what? And that's actually a good place for us to stop right now.
Helene.
Well played. Well played.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
You're like, we're not here to talk about a slave trade ring.
Yeah, I was pretty upset about not talking about it, and I'm like, oh, perfect.
That's what it was. It was unseen bardic inspiration from Xander going, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
It's true.
My mind to your mind.
I mean, that's some real best friend shit right there, so.
Yeah. Help them do the bad.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I know we have about 1 minute left. Again, I cannot speak highly enough about this and just the joy that I'm feeling with you all bringing my babies to life, these characters that have lived in my mind for so long. I guess one logistical thing that I didn't say, 10 episodes, season 1, hopefully the first of many seasons, but at least now 10 episodes. And yeah, I guess just real quick, tell everybody where they can find you, because I didn't expect to be caught flat-footed like that. Well played. I'm difficult to trip up. Well played. Yes, where can they find you?
Oh, I'm D'Artagnan Mattaliano, and you can find me at Mattaliano at all my socials. And that's where you can find me.
I'm Alcuin Gersh, and you can find me as Different Elves on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram. That's different_elves.
I'm Mayleigh Damage. You can find me at Mayleigh Damage on all the Instagram and all the other socials. MAYLEIGH Damage.
I'm Sam Leve. You can find me on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, CHAIKOVSKY.
I'm Aki. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MixGenie in a Bottle. That's MXGINIINABOTTTLE.
B. Dave Walters, Dungeons & Dragons: A Darkened Wish, available everywhere comics are sold. And we will see you next week.